2015 topic. Quick but steady wins the race. There is no doubt about this is an assertion. Assertion, remember, no debate. You have to agree. You have to agree. So some people don't end up saying, no, I have not read quick but steady. I have studied, I have read. Slow and steady wins the race. So slow and steady wins the race. अगर आप उस पे लिख दोगे, then you have challenged the wisdom of the topic. Don't do that. You have to agree. All the essays in philosophical ones are assertions. इसमें आपका debate है ही नहीं. It has to be 100% in agreement. This is the first thing. Tone, there is no sarcasm here. Okay, it is the fact. There's nothing hidden here. In fact, in abstract topics, generally there's nothing hidden. It's a very positive. It is an obvious one. These kind of topics are always very strong because they have no scope left for disagreeing. They're very strong statements. What is the context? I repeat, these type of topics are rarely around current affairs alone. But if I am thinking of some type of context, quick but steady wins the race. So maybe my context could be startups. Quick but steady wins the race. A link to this is maybe innovations की बात हो रही है. What is the context? Quick but steady wins the race. So maybe I'm talking about reforms. We have to be quick with reforms and steady with reforms. Yes. So something context hai. Context. Context also quick but steady में you also have that angle of security. Like security में भी आ सकता है quick and. But remember, these topics are rarely about current affairs alone. Okay, you can have a context, that's okay, but not always. Finally, what are the keywords? Quick but steady wins the race. Wins the race, I could put it together. Wins the race. Yes, context could also be quick and steady. Absolutely, you can talk in the context of the vaccination drive. Agreed. Okay, vaccination drive, our pandemic management, we have to be quick and steady. So, in terms of the keywords, quick, steady wins the race. So now, let's look for the alternate words. Quick, steady wins race. Third point, ये context है. What is it inspired by? What is it relevant to? What can you link it with? You can link it with startups. You can link it with innovation. Link it with reforms. Link it with security issues. Okay, what is the context? Startups, innovations, reforms. The vaccination drive, somebody said. Okay, alliances. Okay, alliances, partnerships. Now we have the keywords. Now tell me, what do these phrases mean or imply? So at a very superficial level, quick would mean fast. Quick would mean speed. Quick could also mean responsiveness. Quick could also mean timely. Quick could mean processing speed. Quick could mean alert. Quick could mean a rapid change, rapid adoption. Quick could mean rapid implementation. Quick could mean no delays. Prompt. I think we have a good range now. Did you see what I did? I did not always talk about the synonyms. I linked quick with rapid change. I linked quick with rapid adoption, a rapid implementation. Yeah, quick could mean maybe machines, processing speed, governance maybe responsiveness of governance. I'm not looking for synonyms alone. Are you all getting hang of what I'm doing? How many of you get the hang of what I'm doing? Tell me, are these words difficult words? Are these words uncommon words? Very regular English. The association is what matters. How you link is what matters. Okay, now can you tell me what would the word steady mean? And don't look for synonyms again. Any other references? Yes. Steady would mean continuous. Okay, consistent. Not give up. Okay, repeated. Something is repeated. Sustainable. Yes, that's a very nice one. Steady is sustainable. Constant. Okay, persistency. Absolutely. Yes. Steady is persistency. So steady is persistence. Study is patience. Study is continuous. Study is repeated efforts. A study would mean balanced and patient approach. Durable, absolutely. Sustainable लिखा नहीं अच्छा. Durable and sustainable. Study would also mean something that is malleable. Because study is not always about constancy. Study is something that can change also. Keep on progressive or keep on doing the small things progressively. Flexible, not in the sense of being unpredictable. वैसा flexible नहीं. But malleable, progressive, dynamic. Something that is steady is dynamic. Yes. It can adopt very fast. Steady. Wins the race. You know the words like success. Wins the race would mean development. Wins the race, okay, would mean great achievements. Win the race would imply, now become specific. Maybe address inequality. Wins the race. It could be accomplishment. Wins the race could imply learn a skill. आपने कुछ skill सीख लिया. Win a race could also mean competitive. Achieve targets. Specific one, UPSC. Specific one, clear the prelims. So did you see what I did here? I'm not looking for synonyms. Okay, I'm not looking for the exact alternate word. I'm looking at phrases which are related to this. Wins the race could also mean resolve conflicts. Wins the race, absolutely. Achieve peace and so on. Remove poverty. Solve health issues. If you're quick and steady, you can address a lot of health problems. Pandemic mein ho, achieve unemployment, maybe you can address some unemployment better. You can be specific here. Now what you do is combine this for rephrasing. So quick mein, timely and fast response along with consistent efforts and persistence is the way to solve many of our problems and address the challenges around us. If we are alert and take action at the right opportune time without losing our composure and sticking to continuous and repeated but flexible dynamic efforts, we are more likely to win and solve many of our current problems, including some of the long-term historical and social challenges. I have not used the words of the topic. I have rephrased it. Timely and fast response along with consistent efforts and persistence is the way to solve many of our problems and address the challenges around us. If we are alert and take action at the right opportune time without losing our composure and sticking to a continuous, repeated, but flexible and dynamic efforts, we are more likely to win and solve many of our current problems, including some of the long-term historical and social challenges. Guys, make sense? This is the first R, the rephrase or the thesis. This is the first R, the rephrase and the thesis. Okay, approximately about 2/3 of a page. Then try the narration. Let's go the older way. So we go beyond the topic. So think of this. Solving problems and creating opportunities needs out of the box thinking. Many times we are constrained by our mindset and our cultural and traditional biases that doesn't allow us to experiment. There are taboos around the do's and don'ts in the taboos around the don'ts in a society and most are happy and content in conforming to such society standards. This seemed fine till a few years or a few decades ago. Now things have changed. Technology, social media, exposure, innovation, and therefore the need to be fast and quick on our feet. Slow and steady is no longer the virtue. Now the wisdom is quick and steady wins the race. How did I narrate this? Society, histories, tradition. We talked about taboos. Okay, we're okay. But now things have changed so much. Look at the technology, social media, exposure, innovations. Okay, you have got access to, God knows, infinite wisdom. Okay, you can experiment, you can collaborate. Now we cannot go by slow and steady anymore. Now the wisdom is quick and steady wins the race. This is approximately 2/3 thesis. And what I want to learn is how I switch in the last sentence. And as a rule, what I do is, in the last three sentences, I use the exact words of the topic. ताकि कहीं पर लगे नहीं कि I've missed the topic. तो यहाँ तक ठीक था. Now I switch. When I'm switching, I use the exact words of the topic. Solving problems and creating opportunities needs out of the box thinking. Many times we are constrained by our own mindset and our cultural and traditional biases that don't allow us to experiment. There are taboos around the don'ts in a society, and most are happy and content in conforming to such society standards. Okay. This seemed fine till a few years or a few decades ago. Now things have changed. Technology, social media, exposure, innovations, and therefore the need to be fast and quick on the feet. Slow and steady is no longer the virtue. Now the wisdom is quick and steady wins the race. So I'm done with now. Let's think about the reasons. Back to brainstorming. Think of the reasons. Why quick and why steady? ये दोनों का आपको reasons चाहिए. Why quick? Why quick? Because opportunities are less. Why quick? Because the competition is very close. Why quick? Because technologies are changing fast. Why quick? Because the problems can become big very rapidly. Why quick? Because some problems like conflicts can spread very fast. Why quick? Because some issues are very critical and need to be addressed immediately. So I just wrote down 5-6 points. I can pick up 1, 2 or 3, whatever. Okay. Like say in my quick thinking, there is less opportunities. Competition is very close. I can treat them as one reason. This is the second reason. Problems can become big very rapidly. Okay. This is the third reason. Problems can spread very rapidly. And the fifth is, some are very critical. We have to address it fast or it will lead to some kind of collapse. So maybe 3 and 5 are relatively similar. Okay. I am quickly noting down the points. Okay. Why quick? Now you tell me why steady? Because if we are, okay, because why steady? Steady because no problem can be solved in one effort. Why steady? Because we need a clear thinking to understand the nature of the issue. Why steady? Because if we are not, then we have better chance to collaborate and synergize with others. If we are steady, there are more chances to innovate. If we are steady, we can be innovate and be creative. Steady, less likely to make mistakes that cannot be undone. To tackle future issues, yes, if we are steady, okay, our approaches can be holistic. We can be more holistic. Now see, this, yeah, absolutely. If we are steady, we learn from our mistakes. Nurturing values needs time. Yes, no problems can be solved because nurturing values needs, don't say time, because यहाँ पर आपने कह दिया है quick. Here you have said quick. You can't talk about time. You must talk about needs, efforts. You can understand the problems better. Clear thinking to understand the issues better. You can reach the roots of the problems better. These are like wisdom topics. So now it's your choice to use, I said 2 or 3 under 1 hour, which is reason. Use 1 or 2 under refute. You can pick up 2 quick and 1 steady issue here, and you can pick up 1 quick and 1 steady here. So your choice, what you want to pick up. In the wisdom essays, ये एक बड़ा चैलेंज रहता है. Listing down the reasons is one of the challenges you will face. Why quick and why steady? Do these points all look distinct or not? They do. जहां overlap है बता दिया, ये दोनों overlap है, put them as one. ये दो may have overlap, put them together. So we actually have 1, 2, 3 and 4. That's the good range we have. And in this, almost all of them are unique. All of them are unique. अब आपकी मर्जी है आप कौन सा उठाना चाहें. So let me teach you one refute वाला. Okay, refute example में देखो आप. Not being quick and fast in response would mean many of us will lose opportunities. The number of regular jobs, the openings in institutions, and the prospects in an opportunity are competed for by many. If we are slack and not prompt, we will be beaten square and fair by others who are sharp. And also, if we are not steady and not balanced in our efforts, we will waste our energies in doing too many things without focus. If we lose patience, we run the risk of not developing, collaborating and enduring teams who can support and innovate. So if we are not balanced, if we are not steady, if we lose patience, we are slack, if we are not quick. Did you see what a refute looks like from the opposite side? If we are not quick, if we are slack, if we are not steady, if we are not balanced, if we are not prompt, ये जो not कर रहे हैं, this is part of establishing the virtue or the wisdom from the other perspective. और जो बचा आप उठा लो, no issue. इसी continuation में, if I write down the reason base. So being prompt and fast helps us to adopt new technologies that are sharper and more responsive. If we are responsive to problems and address those in the right time, we can prevent the issue to not escalate and therefore become unmanageable. So I wrote in the negative sense, now I'm writing the positive. इसमें कहीं not नहीं है. Nowhere does it have not. So we have to be prompt, we have to be fast, we must be sharp, we must be responsive. Okay. So this is about being prompt, being fast, being more responsive, being sharp at the right time. See, that technique of the technique of using people, the technique of using movies, the technique of using examples of events, example of art forms, ये तो रहेगा. All of these have to be supported with examples. Examples, they are a must. I'm only teaching you how to open up in terms of reasons and write the refute and the reason angle. Example तो definitely रहेगा. How can you ignore it? इतना ही लिखोगे. How many pages? Just this much is how many pages? You're almost hitting 4 pages here. Now come to the relevance. Now relevance is all around examples. इसमें तो कोई doubt ही नहीं है. Take up an Indian example. Which Indian example will you take up for this essay? Where you need to be quick and steady. What type of example? So you could talk in terms of agriculture reforms. You could talk in terms of addressing some protests. We can't allow the conflict to linger. You can talk about our border issues. We have to be quick and steady. Take up any one. Take up any two. Joblessness. सब मत उठा लेना. Take up any one or two and explain how we have to be quick and steady in terms of time. Can you give an example in history when we had to be quick and steady in our response? An example दे दो. 1971, I'll say a very good one is Kargil, or maybe the Balakot strike. Talk about, yes, Green Revolution. Absolutely. Excellent. Green Revolution. Quick and steady. Very fast. Quickly you pivot yourself and steadily you do that. Absolutely. Quick and steady. Yes. Surgical strikes. Absolutely. Balakot. Pick up from time. At the personal level, what will you take up? At the personal level, what do you want to take up? Generally, health problems. Vague mat rakho. I want example. Health problems. We can talk about issues of addiction. Okay. It's about your mental health issues. You have to be quick. Mental health issues at the personal level. In general health issues. ठीक है, decision making. Relationships में. In relationships, you have to be very quick and steady. Okay. Be it family relationships, be it your friends' relationships. Quick and steady in resolving miscommunication and maybe some misunderstandings at the personal level. So I think the rest is manageable now. I'll suggest, please, I have almost dictated the essay. आधा essay आपको मैं लिखा दिया. Points मैंने दे दिया. Now write and see how much are you able to achieve. You can write and see what all you can apply. And I could suggest you could also look up 2015 का first topic, which is lending hands is better than giving a dole. ये भी आप try कर सकते हो. Lending hands is better than giving a dole. Try this. You could try this also. Words are sharper than two-edged swords. Words are sharper than. What is the meaning of dole? Basically charity, free money. What is dole? Freebies. Lending hands is part of teaching skills. Lending hand is other type of support. Empowering. Correct. Very nice. Teach somebody how to fish than to give him a fish.